Hello everyone and welcome to my The Young and the Restless Soapy Stories channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Chelsea talks endlessly to Adam at Society about how motivated she is at work since they can make positive use of their position. She thinks something is bothering him, as she can tell he's not paying attention. His only concern is when his dad would realize that he hasn't met his deadline and published the negative information on Billy. Victor is too busy traveling to notice, Chelsea is certain. Adam doesn't think so. She finds this ridiculous and questions whether there is another scandal to divert his father's attention. Her frantic attempt to bribe Victor failed, and Adam is at a loss for options. Her talents as a scam artist must have gotten too rusty, she quips. Adam acknowledges that it would be entertaining to watch his father compete against a matchup of equal skill as they discuss the events in France. Though Chelsea is certain that Dumas is prepared for anything Victor may hurl at him, he questions whether he will regret emerging from the shadows. Adam claims that his father is adamant about being the best. He will always rely on his father. She sees that Adam still thinks highly of him. A part of him will acknowledge that he admires him and what he has created. Chelsea, Adam, YNR. Chelsea wishes they could put all of this behind them and concentrate on operating their business the proper way. Adam tells her that Victor still makes the decisions and that it is still his playground. Adam realizes it's useless, but they go back to trying to come up with a means to postpone the hit piece. She detests the fact that there is no escaping Victor's anger. Adam clarifies that Jack is the larger target and that everything appears to be a part of a scheme to harm the Abbotts. He believes his father wants to collaborate with Dumas in order to defeat them. His father is really anxious for the hit pieces to be released since he is committed to keeping Chancellor safe. She inquires as to whether their only option is to get along. Read more about Mariah's actions. Adam and Chelsea struggle to think of anything to divert his father's attention as they eat. If Adam doesn't proceed with this tonight, there will be hell to pay. Chelsea, who is still close to Billy, reminds him how much this could harm Connor. Adam complains for a while before deciding that none of the pieces will be published. Victor will become a raging volcano as a result, and he will have to cope with the consequences. Chelsea tells him how much this means to her and expresses her surprise that Adam has complied with her request. Adam has fallen in love with her again, and views her as a miracle gift that he doesn't deserve, even though he is aware that he has blown most of the second chances he has been given. That was not something he would risk for anything. They embrace in the night air as they depart. Chelsea confesses to Adam that she has fallen in love with him again. Even though it took a while, they are happy that they have finally figured things out. They kiss to show their love. Adam, Chelsea, YNR. Holden is urged to leave Genoa City by Nate. Holden wanders through the foyer and takes a seat next to Nate after he texts Audra at the club bar to ask her to notify him when she lands. Things get tense right away. Even though Nate is aware of his animosity toward his brother, he doesn't want to face it. Holden claims Damien is a snake who took everything away from him, but he has no problems with Nate. Nate reminds him that it wasn't just a handout. They gave him a job offer. That is not acceptable to Holden. He heard Lily and Damien conversing, and it's obvious that Damien's guilty conscience was a major factor in the job. He believes he can perform better. Holden is sad that he didn't see Damien for who he was sooner, but Nate wishes him well and says that Dumas is the one he should be upset with. In an attempt to remain optimistic, Nate says that everything might turn out well and lead him in the direction of his own goals. Holden, Nate, YNR. Holden questions Nate about the specifics of Audra's earlier revelations to him. She would naturally withhold the specifics. They all have a right to secrets, he replies with a smile. Nate gives him a narrowed look. He yells that they've all been in past relationships, obviously irritated. Holden asserts that he is not attempting to imply anything. This is frustrating, so Nate reiterates that he doesn't care and advises him to find someone he can pay to listen. Holden is urged by Nate to return to Los Angeles and create new experiences. Holden laughs at this. He believes Nate wants him to move on because he is more disturbed by his relationship with Audra than he is expressing. He said that because the people are so damn friendly, he wants to stay. Since he has no friends, no work, and no prospects, Nate makes it apparent that he doesn't trust him and doesn't understand why he is staying there. The universe seems to be telling him to make the decision to leave Genoa City. More. The documentary about Christophe St. John. Nate reiterates his demand that Holden return to Los Angeles as they yell at one another. Holden would admit that he has a lot of valid points, but he has come to appreciate Genoa City and intends to stay. Nate gets a text from Audra. Holden acknowledges that he heard she was going to meet Dumas and presumes she has arrived in France. Nate believes he discovered that by listening in one more. Nate finishes his drink, stands up, and tells him to keep out of their lives. Holden smirks to himself once Nate walks out. Holden YNR Nate. Dumas's first visitor arrives at his estate. Nick, his parents, and Sharon enter the luxurious private train that Dumas has dispatched for them in the south of France. Nikki jokes that she hopes Sharon doesn't have motion sickness, as Sharon begins to rave about the surroundings. While Victor evaluates the situation, Nick searches for the caviar and Nikki examines the champagne labels. Nick quips that his father might be considering purchasing a train for the ranch. His wife believes he is getting ready for combat. Additionally, Billy Flynn teases his debut. Sharon finds a welcoming letter as they get settled. She hands it to Victor, assuming it's for him. He mutters as he tears it apart and discovers a card urging them to unwind and savor this portion of their trip prior to the main event. He reads, "The two words wait and hope contain the sum of all human wisdom." Who is he thinking he is? Victor laughs as he asks. Nikki is beginning to question whether eating and drinking are safe. Nikki says she's sorry for the offensive joke, and Sharon becomes anxious. Sharon warns them that they were just poisoned by another enigmatic stranger. They all know why she is tense. She says she won't give them the caviar and champagne until they know who they're talking to. Nikki's Sharon YNR. Sharon quickly gives in and requests some champagne as Nick begins to eat caviar. They talk about why Dumas would be concentrating on Genoa City families. They conjecture as to where he might have obtained his wealth and if it came from inheritance or unethical ways. Victor puts an end to the speculation by claiming that it was not at all like that. He continues, "He ascended in ways you can't imagine." His son interprets this as proof that he is aware of Dumas' identity. Further, death at Dumas is marked by sinister twist marks. Spoiler. Billy and Sally join them before Victor can utter another word. Billy questions what Dumas may have planned for them all after awkward greetings. Victor assures him that the only information that will be disclosed is that Billy is a tool and an inept ass. As Billy Boy begins shoving caviar into a plate, he grins. Billy inquires after Claire and Cole. Victor begins attacking Billy's pathetic new venture. Billy and Sally raise their glasses to themselves. The train accelerates. They observe that Phyllis and the other visitors are still not there. There must be a lot of travels on the train. Victor is asked by Billy if he is prepared to enter Dumas' domain. "Are you?" Victor fires back. Nick believes that kids are being raised in disparate groups as a strategy of division and conquer. Victor laughs that Dumas is fattening them up for the slaughter as Sally oozes over the champagne. He tells Billy he's in over his head and continues to insult him. Billy is certain Victor is working to keep Chancellor, the business he stole, safe. Victor Nikki YNR. Sharon tells Victor that he was meant to inform them of Dumas' identity as they continue to argue and disparage one another. Victor laughs again and continues, "Wherever this journey takes us, by the end of it, we will all meet Aristotle Dumas," claiming he has never stated he knows who Dumas is. "Will that surprise or upset them?" his wife asks. "I dunno," complains Victor, throwing up his hands. Victor YNR.